What's up, gentlemen? Gavetti Investments here. So in my first video is just a little bit of a brief introduction into what my channel is going to entail. On this topic of discussion today, we're going to talk about overall finance, your personal finance. If you work a 9 to 5, you have income coming in and you have obviously expenses. Now, your income is, for the most part, the majority of what you make at your 9 to 5, whether you work in, real estate or financial markets, whatever you do for a 9 to 5, that's going to be your main source of income. Now, it's always wise to have more than one additional income stream. Usually, people like to say 7 is the main target goal. Now, if you can actually get to 7 sources of income, that's passive income. You mainly want passive income. But let's just say hypothetically you have only one stream of income. That's a 9 to 5. You're only going to be able to have that money at your disposal. Now you can have 3 options. You can either spend it, on your lifestyle or on other expenses, rent, bills, things of that nature. Or you can save your money, or you can invest your money. Now, for me personally, a little bit of a backstory. I started investing at the age of 21. I'm 24 years now. I've built a portfolio of close to $100,000. Very proud of myself for doing so. I credit that to me basically investing periodically every week and every month. Every week I actually invest into Bitcoin. It's one of the asset classes. You might as well diversify. Diversity or having a diversified portfolio is huge in your personal finance journey. It's also another way to get one of those passive income streams like I was talking about. So that's one. I also invest into stocks and ETFs and index funds, which I'll get into later, and I'll also get into other videos. But just to tie back into what I was talking about earlier, you have 9 to 5 income. Now you can either save, invest, or spend. Now when you spend, that's your expenses. You want to track that. You want to track, just like you want to track your income, you want to track your expenses. My philosophy is try to save at least half of your income, your monthly income, and try to invest at least 20 to 30% of your income. Now that's ideal. If you can do that, that's fine. If you can't, try to make some wiggle room around that. Personally, my philosophy is to invest first, save second, but after covering all your expenses, because you need a place to live if you rent. If you have a mortgage, you own real estate, you have to pay off your mortgage. So that's very important. Now, in terms of tracking your income and expenses, you can do that in Excel spreadsheet. I have my own personal Excel spreadsheet that I'm willing to share with you guys just to give you a head start on tracking your finances. Investment wise, now you can use multiple different accounts to invest. I personally use M1 Finance. I like their platform. I like their user interface. They're great. Never had any issues with them whatsoever. I also use Fidelity. That actually was my first account I've ever opened up. Great platform, great company as well, no issues. And also Charles Schwab as well. So those are my 3 accounts that I invest in. Now I can teach that later on in another video, just to break down exactly how to open up an account, how to get your income, your money into one of those accounts and actually invest. Because one thing that a lot of people do is that they'll, if they're not too well aware of finances, is that they'll basically leave their money in an account and act like that's investing. No, you actually have to invest into either stocks like Apple, Tesla, Nvidia. Nvidia is having earnings today, so a lot of people are like really worried, really excited exactly what it's going to do. The stock market, you can have a good earnings report and it tanks. You could have a bad earnings report and it goes up. Also ETFs. My personal favorite is Charles Schwab ticker SCHD. Also Vanguard's VTI, which is a total stock market ETF. And some index funds, I invest into Fidelity Zero Index funds. Now they have a list of them, which I can get into later detail in another video. But yeah, you want to invest, save your income. And obviously pay for your expenses, which you can all track, which is awesome. I track my how much I invest monthly, so I can have a total summary at the end of the year to understand how much I've actually invested. Um, so yeah, like I said earlier, I basically built a portfolio from $0 to almost six figures in less than four years now. Yeah, 2021 to 2024. Now, was it easy? Of course not. Anything in life that you have a goal for, you have to stick to your plan and take action. So I'm glad I was able to do that. I was able to, like I said, I saved almost 50% of my income, and the other 50% was for expenses like rent. Your lifestyle is huge. If you live a lavish lifestyle and you're kind of making like 3 to 5K, it's not really sustainable. But if you're making north of like 10K and you can afford your lifestyle, that's important. Make sure as you go on in life and you acquire more income streams or you make more income, that your lifestyle consumption does not match up with the amount you earn. So let's just say you're making 10K and then next year you get a raise to 15K a month. Or hypothetically, let's say you're making 7K and you get to 10K. If you start to basically just buy like a new Mercedes or a new car or new jewelry, whatever it may be, it's going to affect your income. So you want to be very wise with that. Now, another stream of income that you can get yourself in, an asset class you can get yourself into is real estate. Real estate is a great opportunity to build wealth. I believe 90% of millionaires have admitted that majority of their wealth came from real estate. I definitely will create another video of real estate and the tax advantages, just like a business. There's a lot of tax advantages for business owners and real estate owners. For the most part, a majority of the wealthy have both. That's how they get most of their income. They may have started at a 9 to 5, worked their way up, and then owned a business, or started at a 9 to 5, created their own business, and then got into real estate. However they did, either way, that's the main two sources of passive income that you want to get yourself into immediately, especially when you're young. If you don't have kids or a family or many responsibilities or liabilities, you definitely want to get into those right away. Like I said earlier, crypto is also another asset class. I really like crypto. I believe it's going to be a thing of the future with the decentralized blockchain. That's huge. I don't really get into the specifics of what what crypto is, because it can be, it's a long process to explain. But essentially, personally, I invest in dividend stocks. That's something I didn't mention. Basically, I invest into dividend stocks, dividend ETFs, dividend index funds. You want to invest into dividends because basically you're getting a share of the company's profits, which is pretty awesome. They basically distribute it either annually, monthly, or quarterly. So I'm basically getting paid passive income from dividend stocks, or dividend investments to say, sorry. And that's been the majority of my investments so far. Now I do look for growth too. Growth is important as in my 20s. You want to have growth, a little bit of a mix with growth, a little bit of mix with dividends. Now, let's just say you're a little bit older. Excuse me, you're a little bit older. You're in your 30s, 40s, or 50s. You have to be more risk averse because you're approaching retirement. So you want to make sure that you get as much income as possible, either through a capital appreciation, which is one way of basically, if you buy a stock at $200 and appreciates $300 over time, you're made $100 on one share of stock. And the awesome part is with dividends is that not only do you capitalize off of share appreciation, you capitalize off of dividends from the company. So that's two ways to make money. Personally, I don't plan on selling any of my holdings in my portfolio for anytime soon. I'm 20 years old, so I have my time horizons until like my 50s and 60s. So I am not even concerned about selling. Now, I say all of this because I want you gentlemen to understand that, just because you make money doesn't mean you have to spend it. You can be very wise with what you do with your money, and that's the goal. You want to set yourself up for a better future, a better tomorrow. And I'm glad I get to share this with you. Now, like I said earlier, I will definitely go more in depth in other videos to explain actually dividend stocks, crypto, real estate, businesses, the many advantages that has for you as an individual, and for you to just build your wealth over time. For me, two main things. I want to build generational wealth for my family because I didn't come from wealth, really. A little bit of a backstory. My mom doesn't even understand stocks and crypto. My dad never introduced me to, any type of asset class. Basically, it was like get a 9 to 5, work, save, and then if you want to buy a home, the American dream. That's what it's called, the American dream. I knew at a young age, like 16, 17, that was not what I wanted. I wanted to build wealth so I can be financially free. Financially free for my time, so I can do whatever I want throughout my day. Work on my business, work on other endeavors, work on passion projects, whatever it may be. That affords me my time, my location. I'm not tied down to a particular location. I live in New York City, so I would eventually like to have the ability to live somewhere else and have my income, my passive income streams pay for that. So that's huge. Financial freedom, generational wealth. And everything I just explained to you in this video is basically going to help you with that, okay? So make sure when you get your income, just think about what you want to do with it. Obviously, regardless of your expenses, you have to pay for that. That's how you live. Food, rent, cable bill, internet bill, other various bills. That's very important. Now, I want to touch a little bit upon savings. You want to have an emergency savings account. There's a lot of savings account out there. Like I use personally American Express and Discover that offer a rate of close to 4 to 5% on my money. Now, I'm not getting major returns, but it definitely beats Chase's savings account, which they give like 0.02. So you're literally getting pennies of your dollar. And you definitely want to save your money in a high yield savings account. That's also another form of passive income. So just to summarize, I have a high yield savings account. I have dividend stocks, and I have a 9 to 5. That's 3 so far. You can obviously diversify. Excuse me, guys. You can obviously diversify, which is huge. So, that's my first video on personal finance. I covered a decent amount of topics for you guys. This is just an intro. I'll get more into specifics for you guys later on in other videos. But you can find all my links down below. I do have an X brand, Twitter, of course, formerly Twitter, that I post a lot of educational content, not just on personal finance, but on a lot of topics such as like mindset, men's overall health, fitness. Like I said in the first video, I'm big into fitness. And, fitness, being fit and working on yourself definitely translate into your personal finance life. Just because you stay disciplined, you stay consistent, and you take action. Those are the three main things you need to do in investing too. Guys, it's been a pleasure. You can find my X link down below. You can find my Instagram threads down below. And it's been a pleasure, gentlemen. It's been Gavetti Investments here, and good evening, gentlemen. Good evening.